Sam, you lazy bum. It's been 9 months. You're doing the leak video about the vehicle the day before it's released in the North American gift shop or premium shop. What happened? I've been lazy, I've been busy, sure, making excuses. I'm talking to myself, but welcome back, folks, for a new episode of Leaked. And today we'll cover the Turán III Prototype. This is going to be a premium tier 5 German medium tank, even though it's Hungarian by origin, so there's not going to be a Hungarian branch in water tanks in the near future. But I've been putting off doing the leak video about this vehicle for 9 months, mostly because I want to do the what if video about the Hungarian branch with the 23 and this vehicle, but that never happened, so lazy bum right here. God dang it, Sam. But after I first look at this vehicle and the stats, this tank is rather okay, but the recent revealment of special stats or special factors on this tank is not that great, so let's not spoil it. But here's a little history about the Turán III Prototype. So the Turán III is actually already a prototype by itself, so I don't know if this vehicle is the early stages of the prototype inception, protoception, whatever. So the Turán III is a modification to the Turán II, the 41M Turán, by having a little bit more armor, a longer barrel, 75mm, and the ability to attack Russian tanks like the T-34s. So originally, the M41 and the M40 Turáns, those were not that great against the slope armor of the Russian T-34s. Also not good against the KV-1s, but yeah, just no comparison. So the M41 or 41M, whatever you call it, so these Turáns, the Turán 1s and Turán 2s, were armed with 40mm and short barrel 75mm, and they don't have the penetration power to defeat Russian armor. So basically, the Turán 3 is a longer barrel modification to a Turán 2 by having a bigger turret and a longer barrel gun to defeat armor. But this was too little too late because the Russians already turned the tide of war and starting to invade Hungary in 1944, I believe. So this tank never came out. So the Turáns were based off Czechoslovakian designs. They were based off the Panzer 35. So as you can see here, 1937, Skruder Company developed a prototype based on the Panzer 35T, also known as the Panzerkampfwagen 35T, called the S11C. So Germany annexed Czechoslovakia. The S11C was redesignated as T21. Another upgrade to this vehicle was made. I think it has a little bit more armor or something like that, but it was called the T22. So between 1941 and 1943, Hungary received T21s and T22s, made modifications of their own based on combat experience with the Soviets. So between the invasion of Stalingrad and the loss of Stalingrad to Kursk, yeah, these vehicles doesn't have a slight chance against the Russian T-34-85s. So basically, you cannot even kill any one of them unless you drive directly in front of them with your short barrel 75mm. So yeah, the Turán 3 was the solution, if you will, but too little too late. So 1944, politics between Germany, Hungary, and Czechoslovakia, and the shortage of materials like steel, so caused delays in the upgrade modifications to these armored forces. And by September, the Russians invaded Hungary, so no more of these vehicles. So these tanks, or there's only one tank, one Turán 3, never saw action, but Turán 1 and Turán 2s actually fought the Russians. So that's the history in a nutshell, but it's basically a larger Panzerkampfwagen 35T, or 38T if you will. So basically imagine that, but imagine it bigger with a 75mm. So imagine it with a Panzer IV H gun I believe. No, the Panzer IV-H has a L48. This vehicle has a L55, so a little bit longer barrel, but okay. Now, Jingles recently posted the gameplay of this tank right here, so you can see it. But there is one factor he forgot to mention, and I'll tell you, but it's later on, so it's very important too, so you'll see. So here is the blueprint of this tank. So originally, when they want to construct the turret, they had to modify it to mount the 75mm because it's bigger. And during this process, there were not that many materials to go around since the Allies constantly bombard Hungary and the manufacturing plants and stuff. So politics, and Hitler does not want Hungary and Czechoslovakia to have the blueprints for the Panthers, the sophisticated designs, unless they paid a high price. So politics, a lot of stuff happened, blah blah blah, but the turrets were changed a lot, as you can see here, but they mounted a larger cupola or commander tower thing for the commander. So change a bunch of stuff, and there was only one built prototype to the Turán III. So there it is. So here is the in-game HD render of this tank. So basically a larger Panzer Kampfwagen 35T with a bigger barrel and a bigger turret. Meh. So German, so German-esque. Doesn't look like Russian. It's boxy. Blah. Has 2 machine guns. Wait. Pause. Time out. The driver is on the starboard side of the vehicle, so on the right-hand side of the vehicle, whereas the radio operator is on the left-hand side. So does people in Hungary drive on the different side of the road, or the wrong side of the road, quote unquote? I don't know. Interesting. Okay. They have 2 machine guns for the radio operator. Huh. It's flipped. Alright. But this vehicle is basically larger Panzer Kampfwagen 35T, or Leg Tank Visor 35T. Can't pronounce. Ugh. Here are the collision models of this tank. So as you can see, armor is not the best. So 50mm at the front. It's not even well sloped, so about 80-ish degrees of sloping. 51mm at best. You're not going to bounce a lot of shots. Lower plate is a little bit better, but still not that much. The upper glacis is sloped, but has less armor on it, so unless you're shooting a high caliber gun, it will penetrate. It looks like to be about 35mm right here. So if you're firing 100mm, it will penetrate. 3 caliber rule. The mantlet and the front of the turret is 75mm, which is okay, but at tier 5, it's not going to stop a lot of shots. The top of the turret is pretty exposed, and this is about 10mm. I doubt it's 20, so it's going to get penetrated. 3 caliber rule, it will overmatch the roof. The cupola is about 60mm-ish rounded, so okay, but not that much. Side of the turret, 35. Side of the hull, 25. So, no armor. Funny enough, there is a counterweight plate, a thicker plate on the back of the turret, 55mm, but that's not going to bounce a lot of shots. So this tank has no armor. This is going to be a premium tier 5 German medium tank. Has a crew of 5, so commander, gunner, loader, radio operator, and driver. Normal matchmaking will see tier 7s. It will cost you 1,700 gold, but initially it's going to cost you money, real money, so should be around like 12 bucks, 13 bucks, or $13, but if it's pounds or euros, then it's about £9 or something. I don't know the conversion rate, but somewhere around the tens. Hit points is 570, which is above average a lot. So it's like the old tier 5 premium medium tanks, so that's good. Engine power is 260, weighs about 20 tons. The power to weight ratio is 13. That's pretty bad. Maximum speed is 40 kilometers per hour. Reverse is 20. 20 is good, but forward speed is slow. Hull traverse 34 degrees per second. Turret traverse about 30 degrees per second, so below average. Terrain resistance 0.959 for hard, 1.151 for medium, and 1.726 for soft. So good soft terrain resistance, but the rest is average. View range is below average, 330, so kind of rough. The average is 350, so you will get outspotted. And this vehicle is kind of tall, so camouflage rating is not the best. Hull armor is 50 at the front, 25 at the sides and rear. Turret armor is 75 at the front, 35 at the sides, and 55 at the rear. The gun is a 75mm 43M L55. Ammo count is only 32. So this is really, we'll talk about it, but this is super bad. Fires AP, APCR, high explosive, 113mm of penetration for the AP shell, which is above average-ish, okay-ish. Damage is 110, so average. The gold shell for APCR is above average, 160, so that's good, but damage is the same. High explosive is high explosive. Rate of fire is above average, same goes for DPM. Reload, accuracy, aim time, and 10 degrees of gun depression. Elevation is pretty good, 25 degrees. So the gun handling on this vehicle is pretty good. But let's talk about this. 32 rounds. Okay, 32 rounds is not that much, especially when you do only 110 damage per shot. And the accuracy, alright-ish if you can't hit, but it's no laser-like accuracy. So you can only do about 3,300 damage or so. Man, not that much, right? Basically a premium Panzer III/4 with some major trade-offs. So the strength is it's a premium tank. The gun handling is above average across the board. And health, so good, unlike the M4 Improved, which is a weird combination of premium tank but lack of health for a premium tier 5 medium tank. So this tank is like the old Ram 2 or Panzer Kampfwagen T25, or what else has a lot of health? Matilda 4, Matilda Black Prince, those have a lot of health. So like those tanks, a lot of health. But you have horrid, terrible ammo count, 32 rounds. Horsepower per ton ratio is below average, top speed, traverse, size and camouflage rating, and view range. Ugh. So basically, a Panzer Kampfwagen 3/4 that has slightly better aim time, view range, gun depression and elevation angles, and DPM, at the cost of 55 rounds of 75mm, and a net change of 10.33 horsepower per ton ratio, and 15 kilometers per hour top speed. Excuse me. What? 55 rounds? Okay, the Panzer III/4, the Panzer IV-H has about 80-ish 75mm. You can spam all you want with those guns, and they're pretty accurate too, German accuracy. But this vehicle has 32 rounds. 32. Alright, I thought the 30 rounds on the IS-6, or was it 28? But that was pretty bad. This is even worse. I mean, the ammo count is a big difference. So if you have below, say, 30 rounds for a fast-firing gun, then you're going to run out of shells in 2 minutes of constant fire. You'll face this problem a lot if you play the Batchat or if you play stuff like the T54 model number. I can't even say the name right. T54 Prototype model number 1, model number 1945. 1945. If you play that vehicle, has extreme lack of shells. If you play the IS-6, lack of shells. IS-3A, lack of shells. IS-3 itself, if you miss a lot, lack of shells. So basically, this is like that. If you play the Stug 3G, if you're good with it, you find yourself shooting a lot of your shells. So this is like that, but doesn't have the penetration or the alpha. Facepalm, super hard. The gun's good. I mean, the gun has great accuracy, aim time, rate of fire for all this stuff. You don't have any ammo. You ran out of ammo to shoot. And that's the main problem. The gun's good. You have no ammo to kill anything. So is it worth it? Nope. Imagine play a Batchat at tier 5 without speed and camouflage rating and the lack of shells. You have good penetration, good alpha, okay-ish alpha, and DPM, but you have no ammo. Only 32 rounds. So it doesn't have the preferential matchmaking like some other tier 5 premium medium tanks. So basically 32 rounds of crap against a tier 7 like a KV3, IS, T29. Oh god. Even against a tier 6 like T150, maybe the KV85. Oh god. You don't have the speed to go flanking them or circle strafe them. You don't have that many shells to spam across the field. You don't have the view range to spot them. So you want to play as a sniper, but you don't have the ammo to play as a sniper. Oh god, my brain hurts. And it's 1700 gold. So normal tier 5 premium tanks are 1500 gold. So a little bit more overpricey-ish. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Turán III Prototype. You have a good gun. You have no ammo. Remember, 32 rounds. You can go check out Jingo's video. You can see on the bottom of the screen. There's 20 rounds of AP, 10 rounds of APCR, and 2 high explosive. That's it. Need more ammo. I mean, the Panzer IV-H has 80 rounds. The Panzer III-4 has 80 rounds. This vehicle has a different chassis, sure, whatever, but still, 32? Oh, so, not really worth it. No. Alright, this might be, well, I doubt it, but they say that this might be the gift tank if you play World of Tanks for 5 years, coming up for the anniversary, but I doubt it. Some people say the Object 244, which is basically a stock IS at tier 6, is the gift. I don't know, but is it? If it's the gift, I'll take it, but lack of ammo, again. If it's the Object 244, then it's okay. If this vehicle is about $10, is it really worth it? Not really. Surprisingly, no. I mean, give me more shells. 32 rounds? Really? Unless you fire APCR all the time. Sure. But you're not. It's a premium tank, but still. You're going to burn a hole in your wallet. It's not a Hummer. It's not U100 that you're supposed to shoot a lot of gold shell with and expect to do pretty well. Just not enough ammo. That's my main problem with it. But if you really want a premium German medium tank, I recommend the Panzerkampfwagen T25. I mean, it has about the same gun, but you carry a lot more ammo with that thing, I believe. Don't quote me on that one. But there are a lot of better options, like the Panther M10, the Panzer. Well, then you cannot get the Panther M10 anymore. Okay, fine, my bad. You can get the Panzer 58 Mutz. That's a better crew trainer, in my honest opinion. You can get the Panzerkampfwagen T25. You could have gotten the Panther M10, The Panzer IV Schmalturm. What else? The T-55A doesn't count. That's not premium. But yeah, 32 rounds. Not enough ammo. So I warned you. But that's the hidden stats that nobody talks about. 32 rounds. Crap. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hate myself because I'm a slacker. Sorry. My bad. My apologies. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.